Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anantharaman Ajay. I'm a small-time actor and a small-time YouTuber. Apart from that, I'm venturing into a little bit of writing as well. So someday, hopefully, you'll hear of me as a writer as well. In my second YouTube channel called Nisaram, I discuss science because that's where more of my background lies. That said, the following is going to be a short note on morality. This is going to be my personal take, so you may feel free to disagree. Plus, this is not going to be profoundly insightful. It's going to be pretty basic. Anyways, let us begin. What is morality? What does it mean to be moral? We all know what it means to be moral. To be moral means to do the right thing. To be immoral means to do the wrong thing. A simple Google search defines morality as a set of principles which help us discern what is right and what is wrong. Simply put, a moral person does the right thing, the immoral person does the wrong thing. Simple, easy to understand. Up until you begin to question it. When I was 6 years old, my grandmother told me that every time I pass by a temple, I had to fold my hands in prayer. She also told me it was immoral not to do so. Now, my grandmother was not a bad woman. She was a wonderful woman. I loved her. She passed away last year, unfortunately. My grandmother was not a bad woman. She didn't intend to trick me. She didn't intend to manipulate me. She genuinely believed what she said. She genuinely believed it was immoral not to fold your hands in prayer every time you pass by a temple. She believed it because she failed to question morality, as did I. I believed her because I failed to question morality. In hindsight, I realized a simple 10-second conversation would have prevented me from feeling guilty every time I forgot to fold my hands in prayer. This is how the conversation would go. My grandmother, me. Every time you pass by a temple, you have to fold your hands in prayer. Why? Because it is immoral not to do so. Why? Because God wants you to think about Him. Okay, I pray in the morning, I think about God in the morning. God wants you to think about Him all the time. Why? And just like that, she would have no answer. When I was an adolescent, society told me it was immoral for an adolescent teenager to have sexual thoughts. It was immoral for an adolescent to have sexual urges. I don't think society was trying to trick me. I don't think society was trying to manipulate me. I think society genuinely believed it was immoral for an adolescent to have sexual thoughts or urges. Because society failed to question morality, as did I. I failed to question morality, so I believe society. In hindsight, I realized a simple 10-second conversation would have prevented me from feeling guilty every time I had a sexual thought. This is how the conversation would go. As an adolescent, you are not supposed to have sexual thoughts and urges. Why? Because it is immoral. Why? Because it is bad. Why? And just like that, they would have no answer. So you get my point. The point is that we have to question morality. But you could ask me, what harm could come by failing to question morality? What harm could come if you teach a child that he has to fold his hands in prayer every time he passes by a temple? What harm could come if you teach an adolescent that it is immoral to have a sexual thought? Well, a lot of harm could come. What do you teach a child when you tell him that every time he passes by a temple, he has to fold his hands in prayer and that it is immoral not to do so? You teach him that his destiny is controlled by some sort of magical unseen force when it is clearly not. A child's destiny is controlled by himself, his parents, and to an extent by society, not by some sort of magical unseen force. If a child comes to believe that his destiny is controlled by a magical unseen force, he develops with lesser feelings of agency and control over his own life. And that leads him to develop feelings of depression and helplessness. What happens when you tell an adolescent that it is immoral to have sexual thoughts and that sexual thoughts and urges must be repressed? A neuroscientist called James W. Prescott studied societies at large, and he came to the conclusion that when in adolescents, you teach them it is immoral to have sexual thoughts, you teach them that their sexual urges must be repressed. When physical intimacy is shunned, they grow up to develop a society which is far more prone to violence, war, torture, and rape. But when you teach adolescents, it is perfectly normal to have sexual thoughts and urges. When physical intimacy is not shunned, they grow up to develop a society which is far more peaceful. Now, the previous examples were taken from my own life, from my own experiences. Let's broaden our perspective. When I was in acting school, I met a woman who was 40 years old. She told me that her husband was cheating on her, but she also told me she wouldn't leave the marriage. At first, I thought I understood why. Maybe it was because children were involved. Maybe her parents were too strict. They weren't allowing her to leave the marriage. But no, those weren't her reasons. She didn't leave the marriage because she thought it was immoral to do so. She genuinely believed it was immoral to leave a marriage even when her husband was cheating on her. She failed to question morality, but this time I did not. I had a conversation with her. My husband is cheating on me, but I still won't leave the marriage. Why? Because it is immoral. Why? Because as a wife, you are supposed to sacrifice for your husband no matter what. Why? And just like that, she had no answer. Let's broaden our perspective even further. In the states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, it has occurred many a time that a Hindu boy fell in love with a Muslim girl, or a Muslim boy fell in love with a Hindu girl. The families would many a time capture this couple, punish them, and sometimes even go to the extent of murdering their own children for falling in love with someone of another religion. As weird as this may sound, I don't think it's because these people are bad. I don't think they do it because they're bad people. I believe they do it because at a fundamental level, they fail to question morality. Let us have a hypothetical conversation questioning morality with an enraged father who's about to murder his own daughter for falling in love with someone of another religion. This is how the conversation would go. My daughter has brought me shame. She must be killed. Why? Because it is immoral to fall in love with someone of another religion. Why? Because their religion is inferior to ours. Why? Because their God is inferior to ours. Why? And just like that, he would have no answer. Now come on, we know this. We are young, we are relatively a newer crowd. We are not like our fathers and forefathers. We are morally superior. We know there is nothing wrong with falling in love with someone of another religion. We know there is nothing wrong with an adolescent having a sexual thought. We know there is nothing wrong, nothing immoral about filing a divorce. We are morally superior. But how do we know all this? Is it because we have questioned morality? Allow me to explain. 15 years back, it was not immoral to make fun of someone for their skin color. Everybody did it in society. We did it. It was habitual in society. Present day, it is considered immoral to make fun of someone for their skin color. But how do we know that it is immoral? Is it because we have questioned morality? 10 years back, it was not immoral to make fun of someone for their sexuality. Everybody in society did it. We did it. It was habitual in society. Present day, it is indeed immoral to make fun of someone for their sexuality. But how do we know it? Is it because we have questioned morality? I would argue that in both these cases, we know it is immoral, not because we have questioned morality, but because we simply observe what is acceptable and what is unacceptable in society. Earlier, it was acceptable to make fun of people for their sexuality and their skin color. Now it is unacceptable. But let us question morality now. Now, thankfully, society is right in these cases. It is indeed unacceptable and immoral to make fun of someone for their sexuality and skin color. But for the sake of it, let us cross-verify it by questioning morality. You are not supposed to make fun of someone for their sexuality and skin color. Why? Because it causes them pain. Make the pain go away. The pain won't go away because a person's sexuality and skin color are part of their identity. They cannot change it. Okay, fine. What is immoral in causing a little pain? It is immoral to cause pain because pain is undesirable. There. Nobody can argue with you. Everybody knows that pain is undesirable. Pain is a subjective feeling which is undesirable to everyone. If somebody told you that they desire pain and suffering, they are lying. As I said, society is right. Present society is right about sexuality and skin color and not making fun of it. But society need not be right all the time, which is why we cannot make moral judgments just by observing society. Take, for example, the seemingly harmless act of visiting a zoo. Now, I'm talking about zoos, not wildlife sanctuaries or national parks or conservation projects. I'm talking about zoos, like the zoo which exists in Trivandrum. A seemingly harmless act. People do it all the time. I used to do it years back. I don't do it anymore. People take children on weekends to visit the zoo. Seemingly harmless act. But I would argue that it is indeed immoral to visit the zoo. And I'll show you why by questioning morality. You must not visit the zoo. Why? It is immoral. Why? Because it causes the animals pain. Make the pain go away. The pain won't go away as long as the animals are held captive in the zoo. The pain will go away only when you release the animal. Okay, what is so immoral about causing a little pain? It is immoral to cause pain because pain and suffering is undesirable. There, again, nobody can argue with that. As I said, everybody knows that pain and suffering is undesirable. Now you can argue with me, you can tell me that when an enraged father in Uttar Pradesh chooses to murder his own daughter for falling in love with someone of another religion, it's because she caused him pain and suffering. That would be a foolish argument. Because the father suffers there because of his belief system. The moment the father changes his belief system about religion, his pain and suffering will go away. But when the father strikes the daughter, she suffers regardless of her belief system. So there, you have it. My point is, the only objective of morality in most cases should be to reduce overall long-term pain and suffering. I repeat, the only objective of morality in most cases should be to reduce overall long-term pain and suffering. And you can apply this logic wherever you want to. Why is it immoral to kick a dog? Because it causes the dog long-term pain and suffering. Why is it not immoral to kill a mosquito? It is not immoral to kill a mosquito because if you do not kill the mosquito transfers pathogens to you, causing you long-term pain and suffering. When is it moral to abort a child? It is moral to abort a child when you do not have the emotional and financial resources to take care of the child. So if you bring the child to the world, you set it up for long-term pain and suffering. When is it immoral to abort a child? It is immoral to abort a child when you do have the emotional and financial resources to take care of a child, yet you choose not to out of inconvenience. So I hope you understand my point now. The point is, once again I repeat, the only objective of morality should be to reduce overall long-term pain and suffering. But humans operate on a strange moral realm. Present-day human morality is baseless. Let me explain. The universe as we know it is at least 13.8 billion years old. By contrast, humans have been around for 300,000 years, which means 99.99% of this universe's existence, we have not been here. The observable universe as we know it is 93 billion light years wide. By contrast, the Earth is 11,000 kilometers wide, which means 99.999999% of this universe is not us. Ever since the Earth came into existence, over 770 million species of animals have existed on this planet. We are but one among them, which means 99.99% of this planet does not belong to us. Yet we behave as if it does. We behave as if we are the source of our moral authority. We behave as if we know what is right and what is wrong. And that would be fine if the objective of our morality was one which was born out of compassion. If the objective of our morality was to reduce overall long-term pain and suffering of humans and animals. After all, the Earth is a ball of rock which hurls through vast space. And on this rock live tiny creatures which are capable of conscious experience, humans and animals. That means the only logical objective of morality should be to reduce the overall long-term pain and suffering of these creatures. But sadly, humans operate on a strange moral realm. Our morality, our present-day morality, is based on religious books and cultural values. The oldest religion is probably 5,000 years old. The oldest culture is 10,000 years old. Do you believe that before the oldest religion and oldest culture came into existence, there was no form of morality whatsoever? Do you believe that 20,000 years back, people would just wage war, torture, murder, rape, and sodomize each other? Absolutely not. Some form of morality existed even before the oldest culture and oldest religion. 30,000 years back, it would be considered immoral to lynch someone for engaging in a homosexual act. 30,000 years back, it would be considered immoral to kill someone for choosing to dress up or not dress up a particular way. Similarly, 30,000 years back, it would be considered immoral to hold an animal captive its entire life. Morality 30,000 years back made sense. Sadly, today, it does not. Human morality operates on a strange realm today. Our morality is based on religious books and cultural values. Our morality is based on a religion which says the same God who says E equals mc square also says it is immoral for a woman to wear a bikini. Our morality is based on a religion which says the same God who made the speed of light 300,000 meters per second also made it immoral to marry someone of another religion. Our morality is based on a culture which says it is okay for a woman to go study but immoral for a woman to wear shorts. Our morality is based on a culture which says it is okay for two people to stay unhappy in a marriage but immoral to file a divorce. Our morality is also based on a culture which says it is absolutely okay to exploit a cow in whichever way you want to, but immoral to kick a dog. Never take morality at face value. Question morality. Thank you.